morning, everyone. A warm welcome from LV Prasad Eye Institute for Vision Rehabilitation. We are all so happy to have you all here because it's a time that we look back at the year that passed by and the wonderful services that you all have offered in these years for our clients with visual impairment. We are so happy, and we are looking forward to this time and to present to you all how the year went by and some interesting and wonderful stories. To start off, I would now like to invite Dr. Deva Jayaraman, who's a rehabilitation specialist, to present to us about the annual volunteer presentation.
Thank you, Aishwarya. So we welcome you all. We are really overwhelmed to see the eminent group which enhances our services to the next level. Always we can depend on you for any kind of support for our clients in case of education or like health needs or domestic needs. So it fills the gap. We directly connect with you to the clients, and you are very happy with the quality of service we extend to the kids with vision impairment. And also for any event or anything happening in the community, you are the first source we can rely on, which can be done immediately. So we go back and see what there are a couple of new volunteers from a year's time after we had our meeting in 2021. So for them, I want to brief what is LV Prasad Institute and how we are connected. So for everyone, you know very well that LV Prasad Eye Institute is the WHO collaborating agency, and it is the Center of Excellence for Eye Care. And we operate in 265 locations, like 3 tertiary centers in Visakhapatnam, Vijayawada, and Bhubaneswar, and we have 26 secondary centers and 235 vision centers across Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, and Bhubaneswar. So beyond this, for every 5,000 population, we have one vision guardian who finds out any issues in the vision or vision issues with the people in that area. They connect them to the vision centers in their locality. So this is how we operate, and we have 10 important components, or we call it as arms of services. So they are medical and surgical intervention, and we have aging rehabilitation, eye banking, product development, innovation, and community eye care advocacy. So vision rehabilitation is one key component, and volunteering from you is the integral part of our vision rehabilitation. So this is how we are connected in this platform. And to move on, can you see my slides moving?
No, they were.
Yes.
It's going.
Yeah. Thank you. Just we had an idea, the brief about the vision rehabilitation services. The Institute for Vision Rehabilitation is launched in the year of 1992. And we have many components in our services, which highly focuses on psychological well-being, educational and vocational rehabilitation, and like early intervention and helpline services. So we go on with one by one, and till now, from 1992, we have rehabilitated nearly 0.24 million persons with vision impairment across all the age groups. We have the youngest of 17 days or 15 days old, and we have our doctor over here on board who understand our services very nicely. So when Dr. Subhadra is on board in the clinic, we will have many patients with ROP falling into the rehabilitation span, because we have many kids with ROP and RP conditions, and not many in the country realizes there is a greater need beyond the diagnosis. So that is one thing we really appreciate her so much, because she spreads the word across everywhere, wherever she goes. So in that way, we are thankful to her, and many families also in the seat of thanking her. Thank you, Dr. Subhadra, once again. And we are reaching many more lives through our services. So we just have a look at what is going on behind these services. So counseling for psychological well-being, because we have cases once the child comes into the family with a disability, you know how much difficulty the entire family undergo, the psychological trauma, how they are going to come out of it, because you couple of you must be knowing about the stages of grief. So this, why this happened to me, I cannot accept this, God has punished me, why this only happened to me, that feel put them under depression first. So for them to come out of it is very difficult, because we have seen many parents keep on crying in our counseling days, not even listening to what we are trying to convey to them. So this process will not get over in single sitting for many parents. So we scheduled a couple of more sessions to make them understand and accept the condition that the child has this problem, or an adult who is just got seat into NIT or IIT. So they will be diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa, the one disease which is progressive, and soon they might be having vision impairment, severity of vision impairment. So those cases, it is very important for us to deal with them very carefully, because I have seen recently from the 6 months time, I have seen 4 or 5 kids who got admission in NIT. I know how difficult for them to get there, because they are from the economically poor background, how much struggled the student would have undergone to crack JE and got seat there. So he got seat somewhere in the instrumentation and engineering, where vision plays a major role. There apparently we need to counsel them not to skip NIT. Here you have to be intelligent to make them to change the stream. Like they have one provision, they upgrade their selection soon after they get the seat there. So we generally tell them to take up computer science engineering, which has been easily taken through the assistive softwares and other assistive technologies. So like that, is there any possibility? If somebody got into medicine, then it is going to be really challenging. So we give them suggestions going ahead with ancillary stream of medicines. We have to see the interest level also. We can't just suggest whatever I feel like telling the child. So this needs couple of sessions, gathering knowledge and guide them properly. And if the child comes with multiple disabilities, the scene is even more worse. We have seen many broken marriages. If like I've seen a mother coming with 2 kids with cerebral palsy. The husband left her and left the family and went. There is no support from the family side, and she's struggling hard to get those children up in the level. So there are many stories, suicides and tendencies of getting there. All these will be dealt here in this session. This needs to be very much highly delicate and nuances involved. So we have to be very careful handling them and bring them to the next level. So this is where we start our services with. And we have, if the child has some kind of residual vision, or the child will be referred to low vision clinic. We have a very detailed evaluation in this area. They provide them with magnifiers, telescopes, which enhances the size of the print. And then we send a recommendation letter to school for them to use the device, because these kids will be given training in using these device, and they should feel comfortable using the device. Otherwise, there is no point giving them and sending them in somewhere. They will throw the device and they don't continue with. So here, one stream of work, it is a very detailed evaluation. It takes a lot of time, and also the training program is on, and we connect them with the school and we connect ourselves with the teacher by sending them the recommendation letter. Sometimes we will have some conversation with them, and we do run awareness program for the teachers all over the city when we conduct education programs in our center. And the third comes the educational rehabilitation. So after they are given the low vision devices, and what is the letter size the child can see, or whether the child cannot see the letter at all. So how are we going to deal with this? So here we need to run the functional vision assessment and record the result and sync everything, prepare a nice report for the school, for the teacher to understand that. So if I say the child can read six, N6 or 1M, the teacher cannot interpret that. So we send the letter size, what is that to be provided to the child in the school. So that information will be sent along with the recommendation. And here it is very important for the vision rehabilitation professionals to decide on the medium of education. What is the medium the child is going to use in learning, whether it is print or braille or large print or regular print with the magnification or assistive software. I cannot see anything. Magnification is not going to help me at all. So what am I going to do? So there the answer is the assistive softwares, with screen reading software, screen magnification software, if the child has very little vision. And also nowadays the mobile technology is just replacing everything over, with the students are also being given mobiles, and we do teach them with the assistive applications. So all these are taken care here. Also, we give them an orientation about what is the government schemes and concessions regarding education, and how to avail a scribe to write the examination for them. So one wider area of the work goes behind educational rehabilitation. And when it comes to independent living skills, yes, without knowing this, we cannot go either to education or for employment. So basic skills, what I should do from the morning I get up from the bed till I go to bed. Some things are very much important to learn to be independent, at least to be interdependent. These are very, very important. So we do teach them to move around, and for if it is a kid means we do the task analysis, teaching a brushing or bathing. We just break those steps and teach them from the easiest to difficult. So this varies from person to person, and whoever needs what is designed as our training plan. And when it comes to the special needs vision clinic, yes, we have center for like we have SNVC, like special needs vision clinic, which deals scientifically to assess the kids' visual functions, because this is not possible in an ophthalmologist clinic, because they will have multiple issues and they may not give cooperation in one visit. So we need to develop rapport, provide them training on and on. When maybe after 3 or 4 days, I can try to test one visual function. And if I test one function 4 or 5 times, 3 times the child may come with one result. So that I can assume that that's a threshold with this kid, and then try to provide material according to the results. So this is a very unique service in LVPEI Institute, and we have it all across our tertiary centers. And from there, these kids will be trained with visual and perceptual skills with the computerized training therapy. Then they will be referred to early intervention department. We have physiotherapist, speech therapist, and special educator who conducts the scientific assessment for them. Where do they stand in the developmental scale? So that is decided, and then they will be given training accordingly. And we periodically review them also. So early intervention and special needs vision clinic work very closer. And all of you know this area because your heart lies here. And most of you, Vinay is our hero in the services. So we have a digital audio library launched in 2011 at Hyderabad campus and 2012 at Vijayawada. So we have 5,000 titles recorded and 15,000 beneficiaries all over Tamil Nadu. I'm so sorry, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. And now recently in 2022, we launched our digital audio library in Bhubaneswar campus. For you to have just as a refresher thing, I want to play this video. Can you, the sound is on.
This happy occasion
Vinay, can you hear?
Yeah, it's audible there.
Right, fine, thank you.
of the 16th anniversary of LVPEI Eye Institute's Meetu Tulsi Chandrai campus, we heartily announce the inauguration of Digital Library for persons with vision impairment through the generous support from Columbus Global Services a leading IT and consulting company. This digital library will provide a support mechanism to its beneficiaries for accessing audiobooks and ultimately give them access to education. Commemorating the 16th anniversary of MTC campus, we had 16 amazing volunteers who lent their voices for recording.
I'll be reading you a very interesting story. The title of the story is The Cracker Fairies.
The recordings will not only be in English but also in Odia,
ଗ୍ରାମରୁ ରାଜ୍ୟ ଦେଶ ଓ ବିଶ୍ୱବାସୀ ହେବା କୃଷ୍ଣଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ପାଣିଗ୍ରାହୀ 1909 ରୁ 1987 लेखक परिचय
and Hindi.
रशीदा कैसी हो शारदा शारदा मैं ठीक हूँ
From stories
Don't you know how to catch a bird? Alice, just put the salt in your seal and you have got it. Oh, really, Uncle Jim? Said Alice.
to academic books,
A meaningful role in the community of nation, there must be second.
law books,
Any one or more of such joint promisers to perform the whole of the promise.
to competitive study material,
Constitution of India. Unlike a constitutional body, a non-constitutional body
literature,
voiceless too. In this way, the Duke drew lessons from nature.
to description of images,
The below map shows the top 10 rice producing states of India.
science,
The study of universe consists of various thoughts, hypotheses.
to history,
17 March 1948 by Belgium, the Netherlands.
mythology,
Which princes had to read to learn to become good rulers. All the boys were loved by everyone.
to biography,
My childhood is precious to me, but would it be of interest to anyone else?
and much more.
Range of subjects and actors directly concerned with international law.
Globalization has accepted the fact of free flow of goods.
This library will be one-stop destination for the production of books for all purposes. Through this service, we aim to meet the literacy needs of students with vision impairment in the state of Odisha. Eventually, we will continue thriving to extend the benefits to the neighboring states as well. In addition, we hope to reach out to many volunteers and jointly work together to reduce the dearth of accessible books.
Thank you, Aishwarya. That's Aishwarya's voice at the she has lended voice for that video. Thank you very much. So the next major service is the assistive technology, where when we get students of that age after completing their graduation or after completing their intermediate, if they do not know what to do, and sometimes we get students from the professional colleges, they do not know how to move forward without knowing this technology. So with the screen reading and screen magnification software, they learn all the computer applications and browsing and to conduct their everyday work. And they register it with our employment cell. We have our employment unit here. We have a placement officer, and we place nearly 10 students with vision impairment in a quarter of 3 months. So they are placed in various industries like IT, hospitality, health industries, and retail training industries. Our highest salary drawn recently, we have got a boy placed for 14 lakhs per annum in Apple, and the lowermost is somewhere around 24,000 per annum. So we are working on this area, and whoever not coming under this structured employment, we have a vocational training unit in our center. We train them in different local trades like jute bag making, paper bags, and cloth bags making, candle making, jewelry. So in all those we train them, and we provide support for them to start that particular trade at home, and we connect them with the local vendors also, and most of them who are connected with us across the network, if I make a product for 100 rupees, 25% of that selling cost will be given to that client. That is the highlight here. So if I sell that bag for 100 rupees, 25 rupees, I will pay that client in our unit. So in that way, we have students earning nearly 24,000 a month and 18,000 a month. So they are very happy doing it, and they outsource. They take the material from us and do it at home and deliver in the institute also. So this is happening across the network. And the picture you have seen, you are seeing here is from our community. We ask them to set the self-employment of, if we spend 1 or 2 lakhs rupees, with the local trade, they can develop their own and make that necessary money, whatever is needed to run their life. And all of you must be knowing about this, because this concern is also raised in our Good Samaritan group then and there, and you supported many of them to settle their self-employment. So community-based rehabilitation is another aspect. We have run many programs in the urban slums and also in the rural Andhra Pradesh, covering a wider number of children and adults with vision impairment. So we deliver all these services, whichever is spoken in the above slides, at this area with our community network administrator and our field staff. So we had helpline services developed, which runs across the country, answering the queries related with education, health, and concessions, government schemes. And if they have any doubt about learning things or how they can move forward in life. So their families and the students themselves and the parents of young kids, they call the helpline service and get the queries answered from here. And we conduct a lot of workshops, talk shows, and we had art for inclusion workshops also, and we call the eminent personalities in the field and make them interact with our clients very often. It is conducted as parents, peer parents, and peer like student workshops. And we do run camps for children with vision impairment, and all of you must be knowing it. And because those camps were run mostly by you, because you take active part in conducting the games or conducting the shows for the kids. So we really enjoy the volunteer support when we conduct these programs for children. Thank you so much for this particular event. You have done so much till now. So we are going to see in detail about what are the volunteering services. This caption is given by Aishwarya. The meaning of life is to find your gift, and the purpose of life is to give it away. So it really touched us a lot. We want to have it here as a slide for all of us, because we have to pat ourselves to move forward, because the volume of work done by you is quite a lot. We can't just put it in one sentence or word. So how it all began, when we started the center in 92 itself, we had one tape recorder with the cassette. We had volunteers. I still remember we had one student, Raju, had done his PhD. He was doing his PhD. So we do, as staff, we extend our voice in recording his subjects in the cassettes, and we type his thesis for him and read out chapters for him. So slowly we started having the first volunteer in 1998, which gave us a great relief, and because we can move on with providing other services, because this is completely taken over by the volunteer force today. Yeah, you can see this slide. You can see the volume of the volunteers. We are very, very happy to see this number, because 1087 is not a less number. It's a very huge number of like somebody is thinking in terms of our line itself is making us very happy, making us feel very happy. So in this 1087, you can see this the current status, the last right hand corner lower, you have active volunteers and inactive volunteers. Inactive is sometime they would have lent their voice or delivered the service and left the scenario, or very often they connect with us. But nearly 750 of them are still very much active and they are connected with us. And as you know, Hyderabad campus has the huge number of volunteers. Then comes Vijayawada. Slowly we are getting it for Bhubaneswar now. So this is from the year 2098. We had the first slide said about the volunteer force getting into the scene. But from the digital audio library, this says that from the year 2018 to 2022, we had more number of volunteers joined in the year 2011, 2015, 16, and also in 18. They are still working with us. And we have the geographical distribution shows we have more number of volunteers from India, and they spread the word to their kith and kin and friends. And you can see the North America now has more number of volunteers flowing in. They are helping us virtually. So we have to salute all of you, because this is a really tremendous support we are getting it from you. So when we look into the service, we have more volunteers for voice lending, and they some of them acted as scribe and involved in braille teaching and arts and crafts, data entry, and other editing portions and all. So we have volunteers from their employed volunteers and homemakers. If we see the higher proportion, they are employed and homemakers and students. These three are prominently higher, and also from the CSR support. So here we have ongoing, if we split that year, there are the higher percentage goes the ongoing volunteers. From a longer time, they are connected with us, and some of them are 1.5 years or 2.5 years and 5 years and so on. And here I just want to highlight that your support is rendered for all the services which we are going to list out in the following slides. But the nature, like you send, you collect the material through Dunzo, or you make sure you reach us in time. So these are the things we have to really very much grateful for. So we have a quick look at who are our volunteers. They are individuals like homemakers or retired professionals, or somebody whoever walks into us, they want to support us, like, and corporate partners and academic institutions. For the academic institutions, many students, they help us through online teaching them, or clarifying a concept to a particular students. If we connect to them, reading services. So all these are happening, and these schools are playing a prominent role in providing the students to us. And sometimes they need, they need the certification from us if they are going for foreign countries for study. So that is how also they help us. This is a win-win situation. We provide them the credits and then put them into the next area. So these are our corporate volunteers, and Synchrony is we are getting the continuous support for providing our professional development program in terms of soft skill and personality development and spoken English. We are every week and every Saturday we see them here teaching our students, putting them into the next level. So what are the services? As all of you know this earlier, we just want to quickly highlight. So voice lending is one major thing. Most of you are helping us, and book editing, reader surveys, one-to-one teaching, scribe services, translation, and conducting soft skill and spoken English classes, and funding support. So voice lending is, we have seen the video which dealt in, with different kinds of services in the Bhubaneswar campus. This is what is happening in across the network. And we have given an option for others to read it from their home. They can lend their voice from their home and send it to us. We can go ahead with editing services and deliver the final products to our students. And most of the time, we convert the like PDF to Word or Word to the other format as per the client's request, because it is very important for them to be accessible. So in this area, you are extending a greater support. So reading it out, whatever is there with the in like voice change, that intonation and frequency makes half the job easier for a child to understand what is being read to them, rather than a monotonous voice. Somebody is not reading properly, they don't understand the concept. So that way, reading services help us a lot. And it is very, very important to teach them the mathematics concept and science concept, and also the accountancy area. So here you need to sit with them, really clarify the equations or whatever is involved in their respective area is very, very important. And scribe services, we post the request for help, if some student need any scribe, we immediately post a request in the group, and you guys will be there to help us anytime to get him educational support. So the translation is happening from English to Hindi or Telugu, Marathi, Bengali or Odia, from Odia to Telugu or Telugu to Odia. All these are possible only because of whoever is having the expertise in this field in this volunteer group. So thank you once again, because this cannot be done as only with the rehabilitation staff over here. Just because of having you all on the board who has the language expertise, it is possible for us to take it forward and make this reach for many destination with the clients. So this, as we mentioned earlier, conducting soft skill and so spoken English classes are very, very important, because with this highly heterogeneous group of 20 kids we will have for every 3 months time. So some of them will be having developed this already, but some of them it is very, very new. So you need to sit with them individually and sometimes as a group. This is ongoing, and we are very thankful for you for this. And we have Good Samaritan group. All of you must be knowing this, because once you are registered, you are also registered in our group. In this group, in the last year, 16 clients were supported for health reasons or education, domestic needs like accommodation or stay, or different kinds of needs are posted. We connect you directly with them, and they are registered from this group. So from so we have raised nearly 3 lakhs rupees for them for their needs. These are the things which immediately, like you close the ticket very immediately, so that we don't need to be longing without having any support, not being addressed. No. So if something comes in, this group comes to our mind immediately. And as soon as the ticket is raised, immediately it will be solved also. So we are so thankful and grateful for this, because you are the one who are really directly helping the kid with the immediate need, because we have procedures which we can transfer the knowledge, we can teach them education occasion, and we can make a difference in the counseling area. But sometimes our system may not support to immediately give away the money, starting it immediately. We have to wait for the process to get sanctioned and get the things done in the field. But here it is done immediately. So we are so thankful for this kind of support. So overall, we don't have a limited paragraph to describe our gratitude to us. So once again, thank you very much and welcome to this enjoyable event. And I thank Aishwarya and Vinay, who are there always to connect clients and the volunteers. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Devajayaraman. That was lovely to look back at the year that went by, and the services that volunteers rendered to us. Really amazing to know, and we are looking forward that this journey will continue. Moving on, I now have Sonam Chowdhury, her video. She's one of her clients. She's preparing for her UPSC exams, and she has been availing the audiobooks that are recorded at our digital library. So this is just one story, and I assure you all that we keep listening to so many such stories. I now request Vinay to please play her video.
Hello and good morning to all. I'm Sonam Chaudhary from Mathura, Uttar Pradesh. Presently, I'm doing preparation for UPSC Civil Services examination. First, I would like to brief some background how I lost my vision. It was in UKG class when my vision started to grow dim. Gradually till 4th, 5th class, it was nearly lost. And my education was badly affected. In 2013, I came LVPEI for eye treatment, but unfortunately after a couple of 2 surgeries, I could regain only 10 to 15% of my vision, which was insufficient to carry on in a normal life. Then after in 2016, I joined LVPEI Vision Rehabilitation, and since then I am availing the services of LVPEI Digital Library, and thankfully it has proved to be a right hand in my studies. It has made my study easier and convenient. And the most remarkable thing about LVPEI Digital Library is they provide content as per the need of the candidate. And I am highly thankful to Vinay sir and his volunteers like Ravi sir, Madhu ma'am. They are truly committed and dedicated to their obligations. And I would like to share this year in March, the Governor of Uttar Pradesh, Mrs. Anandiben Patel, awarded me with the medal, Dr. Y.V. Prasad Medal, for highest marks in the history in Ambedkar University. LVPEI Digital Library and Vinay sir has special contribution in this. Lastly, I would like to address those who are suffering the similar problem. Is just overcome whatever tragedy has happened. Just channelize your potential in one direction with complete focus. Be confident, be determined, and success will definitely ours. Thank you.
I'm sure that summarizes like how our clients here are benefited through the voluntary services. When they come here, they are not sure how their life is going to go about. It could be their education, or they're preparing for their competitive exam and they're writing exams with the help of scribes. There's so many things running in their head. But once they come and they avail the services through the volunteers, their perspective completely changes. And today they inspire inspire other people, like you heard Sonam, telling her friends to think beyond what they can. So thanks, Sonam. We are sorry that you were not able to make it today, but we are glad to hear your story. Now moving on, we would like to actually, this is kind of very a sad thing that happened this year. We would like to pay tribute to Dr. Surya Kalada. She's one of our volunteers who passed away this year, and it's very unfortunate to have lost her. And to introduce, she's been in everything, like right from summer camps, audio recording, storytelling, and taking spoken English classes, talking to children, and people would just recognize her with her voice. Hey, ma'am, are you Surya, ma'am? Right? But unfortunately, we lost her this year, and this is a small tribute to what she has done for us. Vinay, can may we have the video, please?
It only seems like yesterday you came to us to reach out your helping hands and generous heart. Time faded away, but your zeal to serve did not die. You spread joy and smiles on faces of many. You lent your voice so that many could listen. You shared your knowledge so that many could become wise. You shared your riches so that many could be helped. Can we ever forget you? The memories of you walking amongst us, your care towards us like we were your own, your laughter echoing in our hearts, your voice still ringing as it will live on. It is a harder goodbye, but you'll always be remembered with love. Dear Surya ma'am, thank you is too little to express what you have done for us. You will always be missed and be fondly remembered by all of us. The pain of losing you will pass, but your beauty will always remain with us. Team, Institute for Vision Rehabilitation.
We sure will miss her, and but sometimes when Vinay and I we keep looking at the recordings that she has done, and it almost feels like she's never gone. She's always there with her, because of the voices that she's recorded, because of the good deeds that she has done. People will never associated with her. Moving on, we would like to actually play a video of our volunteers. They are a collection of our volunteer stories, and some of you all may remember that we had asked to please share your videos with us. So this is those videos clippings were for this big video, and I must say every story was wonderful, but unfortunately we had to really cut it short. So let's blame the editor, whoever has edited the video, because they are the ones who cut it short. So I now request Vinay to please play our volunteer stories. And I'm very excited because I've heard this so many times, and I'm again excited to listen to each of these stories. Vinay?
Speech mode beeps. Speech Vinay Kumar.
I always had an inner urge to do something for the society, which got an answer from LVPEI Eye Institute in the form of audiobooks. I truly enjoy my work of giving voiceover.
It's an absolute pleasure to work with LVPEI Eye Institute as a volunteer, and I'm always grateful to them for allowing me to provide my services and letting me to help many people with visual impairment.
I've been doing voluntary work for LVPEI since 1 year. I contacted Mrs. Pratibha Rao and Mrs. Beulah and have started doing it now. I'm enjoying it because I'm learning a lot of new things like atomic energy, space, which we didn't do in school, but also reliving what all I learned in my school days.
నేను లాస్ట్ 3-4 years నుంచి LVPEI రీహాబిలిటేషన్ సెంటర్తో అసోసియేట్ అయి ఉన్నాను. నా రికార్డింగ్స్ ఫలానా స్కూల్కి పంపించాము, ఫలానా స్టూడెంట్కి పంపించాము అని ఇక్కడ స్టాఫ్ చెప్తుంటుంటే నా సర్వీసెస్ నీడీ పీపుల్కి ఉపయోగపడుతున్నందుకు చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉంది.
मैं आभारी हूँ अपने भाई श्री रवि श्रीवास्तव की, जिन्होंने मुझे LV प्रसाद आई इंस्टीट्यूट के श्री विनय से मिलवाया। ये कार्य जो हम लोग बच्चों के लिए कर रहे हैं जो दृष्टि से वंचित हैं, ये बहुत ही मुझे नोबल कार्य लगता है और सच बताऊं ये भगवत कृपा के बिना संभव नहीं है।
Very much thankful to LV Prasad for giving me chance to give my services to the people who are very close to my heart. I wish them all the best.
విజువల్లీ ఇంపైర్డ్ చిల్డ్రన్కు ఉపయోగపడే ఆటలు, పాటలు, సంగీతము, డ్యాన్సు, కథలు ఇలా ఎన్నెన్నో వినూత్నమైనటువంటి కార్యక్రమాలు అందిస్తున్న ఎల్వి ప్రసాద్ ఐ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్లో వాలంటీర్గా వర్క్ చేయడం నిజంగా నా అదృష్టం.
ఈ పుస్తకాలను చదువుతున్నప్పుడు మళ్ళీ నేను ఒక విద్యార్థిలాగా అయిపోతున్నా. ఈ విద్యార్థులకి ఈ చిన్న ఉడతా సాయంగా నేను చేసే పని వాళ్ళకి ఏ కొంతైనా ఉపయోగపడితే నా జన్మ ధన్యమవుతుంది.
My journey with the Rehabilitation Institute from LV Prasad has been for over 22 years, and it was wonderful to be helpful to somebody who is in need. It gives immense of satisfaction and completeness in life.
I feel very blessed as a volunteer to be able to be a small drop in this ocean which helps benefit the students keen to learn.
It gives me immense pleasure to know that my work as volunteer with LVP Rehab Center helps the needy, because educating others is the best service one can do to the society.
I have been associated with the LVPEI for the past few years. My experience with them has been scintillating, smooth sailing, and one of extreme fulfillment.
I've been volunteering the service of audio recording almost since 7 to 9 years. A wonderful experience, and I consider it as a God blessing and gifted to be associated with LVPEI.
I've been volunteering with LVPEI Institute since last 6 months. It's been a wonderful journey. This tiny support from me is allowing kids to pursue their dreams, which is a big motivation for me.
I'm very happy to render my services to LV Prasad Eye Institute. It gives me immense satisfaction that my reading is useful to visually impaired students.
I volunteer for LV Prasad Eye Institute for almost 5 years now. The 1 hour I spend in recording helps me unwind and relax. It not only enhances my knowledge base, but also gives me a different perspective.
The recordings that we do not only helps the person or the institution for whom we are recording, but also helps us in 2 ways. One, we gain enormous knowledge out of the content that we record. There is a wonderful emotional connect with the cause.
The initiative taken by the LV Prasad Eye Institute in making audiobooks for the visually impaired is really commendable. And I feel I am really grateful to the Institute for making me a part of this initiative.
I'm so very happy to be part of this team. The work is so very nice, meaningful and satisfying. I thank Mrs. Vijayaramam and Mr. Vinay for giving me this opportunity.
ప్రసాద్ ఐ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్లో వాలంటీర్గా పనిచేస్తూ విజువల్లీ ఇంపైర్డ్ విద్యార్థులకు తెలుగులో పాఠాలు చదువుతూ మానసిక ఆనందాన్ని అనుభవిస్తున్నాను.
I am very happy and obliged to LV Prasad Eye Institute for giving me an opportunity to be of help to my friends who need help. And I can't express this happiness in words, but I would like to express my thanks.
It's 10 years since I started volunteering for LV Prasad Rehabilitation Unit. I've enjoyed every moment of it, especially when the students come back and tell you how nice it was to hear the lessons spoken so clearly. It makes you feel so satisfied. It's a wonderful experience, and I would encourage everyone to volunteer.
we're really grateful to all of you. You know, I have been availing these services myself. I have done my graduation through audiobooks, and I remember, you know, when before when I lost my eyesight and I came here, and I had no clue that there were these audiobooks. But then when I got to know of this audiobooks and the scribe services or whatever it is, I was like, wow, this is a new pathway for me. I mean, my world seemed to have closed, but through these services, the volunteers that you all do help us so much. And not only that, you know, I want to share my personal experience as a staff as well. Whenever we put messages in the Good Samaritans group, it's not like, okay, they've requested, okay, let's just help, but it is a collective you know, initiative. I've seen volunteers you know, transferring the money late at night, and making sure that, you know, whether they have enough or can we contribute more. This doesn't happen if it's just a matter of work. This happens only when there's a heart connect, and we are so blessed and grateful that we have that connection with you all. And you are not just our volunteers, you are our family. Thank you for all the services that you have you know, given to us. And anybody here who's new, who has not been, who wants to be a part of this family, you all are welcome. And the number, you can contact Mr. Vinay Kumar. The number, landline number is 040-6810-2832. So you can contact him and get in connect with us. And on this note, now the stage is open to all the participants here. If you want to share anything, you all are open to share your thoughts, your feedbacks, and something that has touched you in these years. So the stage is open to you all.
Thank you. That's a great thing. I just wanted to ask one question which came up because yesterday I had a child who is 5 years old and was going to school first time, and one of his eyes very small. And in 2 days, he was bullied so much for that small eye that the parents have removed him from school. So when we are preparing these children from 3 to 4 years of age, the parents and the children, especially if they have a obvious, you know, facial disfigurement or things like that, then is there a program where we are counseling the child how to manage that situation? I'm saying this because my own son had a foot problem. He used to limp, and when he was 5, I heard him telling a child who was bullying him. I didn't teach him this, but I empowered him, telling that child that is this the manners your parents have taught you? Is this the manners your teachers have taught you, how to talk to somebody who has a limp? So, so I'm just asking, do we have a program also while, you know, counseling the parents and the children, how they have to handle this type of, you know, situation where they're just going out into the world first time. Till that time, they're in a protected environment. This can happen to normal children also. It happens all the time. But, you know, since these children are with us from toddler to moving to school, are we addressing this issue?
Devagara, do you want to take this question?
I thought, Dr. Subhadra, yes, it is. It involves a lot of effort, but because we need to do some role model kind of thing to make the child understand. Because at the age of 5, it is very difficult for the kid to understand that he has to fight for it. Like,
yeah,
so
maybe if you have some recording, if you have some recording,
we can think of those aspects, and also we send in the school can be influenced to a certain extent. The teacher, when she says, it goes very fast into the child's eye, and and they can give some instructions while the child enters into the school, and she should first treat the kid very friendly so that everybody else comes forward towards it. Not
yes, if you prepare some video in English, Telugu, Odia, whatever, Hindi, and then distribute it to all the schools ahead of the school opening time, so that they are already sensitized, and this is not only for visual impaired or disfigured face, it could be for other things also.
Thank you for the suggestion.
Anybody else has any feedback, questions, or your thoughts?
Hello, good morning. My name is Neha Sharma. A few days back, one of my friends, she approached me and she was asking me that she's having cerebral sinus, venous sinus thrombosis, and she has lost her vision. And she was approaching LV Prasad for an appointment, and so she came across this thing that I am working in LV Prasad, and she was asking me how much a rehabilitation center is helpful for her, and should she come there, and yeah, so this was my question.
Devagari, do you want to take that again?
Neha, you have seen we have listed all the services whatever we provide to a person with vision impairment. Once if she comes down, if she sees her and sit with her, we will better understand her needs, and accordingly we can provide services to her.
So she can call the helpline. She can
Yes.
call the rehab helpline, and Aishwarya, whosoever is there, they will arrange her appointment or arrange her counseling before she comes her appointment. We also have a teleconsult service. People can go on the website and teleconsult with the doctor, so that it saves them time and energy, so that when they're coming here, they know exactly how many days they have to come, what it will cost, who they have to meet. So both these services are available for people who want to get information before they book. It's always good to get the information before they book. Otherwise, they come here and then things become surprising or things are not scheduled.
Yes.
And Dr. Subhadra, I think I have a question in the chat box from you. Like we encouraged volunteers to record from their own locations during the time of COVID. So we give some guidelines about the noise and how it should be done, kind of thing. So it was done in that way. Even now, few of them prefer doing it from home. It is on and without.
Thank you, because that will widen your number of people who can do it, and all.
Yeah.
The quality you will monitor. Yeah, thanks.
Anybody else who wants to share your stories, feedback?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, Maitri Gopalkrishnan here. I live in Mumbai and I'm speaking, I record from here. It's a very, very wonderful experience for me. And a special note I want to make for Vinay, who is so polite and so like the kind of person you need for this kind of setting. The right person is Vinay. So I wanted to specifically appreciate him for his very patient effort towards doing all this. And a big round of applause for all of you for doing such a wonderful work. And I'm happy to connect. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Completely agree. You made his day.
He deserves it, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello. Yeah. Hello.
Yes, ma'am, please. Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm Swarna from Hyderabad. So extending what the ma'am has said, I wanted to add this to the recording, what we have done about Vinay. He's the best person or the most humble person ever known. He's full of patience. He always talks very sweetly, and he's always there to help at any particular time of need. So a big applause to him for whatever we are able to do. I can say, is one of a major pole in that particular LVPEI. And I would also share one experience when I went for a scribe for a 12th standard boy. As I started to speak to him, he just recognized my voice and he gave out my name, and I was stunned. So I think that's the best moment, one of the best moments I had as a teacher, that a visually impaired person is recognizing my name through my voice. So this I could not share in the video. Thank you so much for giving me such opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Devagari, any other stories, feedback in the chat?
Yeah, I'm just.
Aishwarya, I want to thank all the volunteers. It's not only me. We have a good commitment staff people, and most have to appreciate the committed volunteers. So whenever I raise the request, it was like, no, when anytime you can ask. So we are ready to do that. So that was the commitment from our volunteers. Thank you so much, for coming forward. And I'm sure you will be continuing the same support. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Vinay. Thank you.
We have thanks
Thank you.
messages thanking Vinay and the Institute from Dr. G. Samuel Sukumar and Sukanya Baba Garu, Zara Khan. Yeah.
Talma.
Yeah. Thank you. We can have one more and we can then close the session. If anyone else wants to share. Okay. On that note, we would like to thank each of you for attending this, participating in this program, and not just this program, the years of association that you all have had with us, and without you all, I'm sure that we wouldn't have been able to reach out to so many people. So thank you so much, and we hope we will keep continuing this association. And like I said, anybody is interested, please do join the services. We'll be happy to walk you through all the services, give you what's happening, and please, as active volunteers, you also can share it with your friends and family members. Thank you so much. We conclude this meeting. We hope you have a lovely and a great weekend. Thanks a lot.